First came the Pale Ale, then the West Coast IPA, then the Imperial IPA, then the Hazy. What's the difference? We're going to let you know.
What's it like to catch a touchdown from Donovan McNabb? Stay tuned, I'll tell you.
Ooh, he's Todd Harrimans. I'm Glen Macnow. We're at Broad Street Brewing in Bristol for a new episode of What's Brewing. Hey, welcome to What's Brewing. I'm Glen Macnow. We are at Broad Street Brewing in Bristol, a fun place, joined by former Eagle Todd Harrimans. How you doing, man?
Doing well,
Good.
Thanks for having me.
What are you drinking there?
Cheers. I am having a Broad Street Bully, which is a double New England style double IPA.
All right, I'm having the Hazy Hey Yo. And this brings us to what we're doing this week, which is, so this year on the show, Todd, yes, I have been aiming to drink a beer from all 50 states.
Love it.
Because you have to have goals. And so today we're going to try 4. These are numbers 33 through 36 in the tour. And I wanted to do a thing where we looked at different kinds of ales. So first came the West Coast IPA. So I got a West Coast IPA. Here it is. This is Racer 5 out of California.
Which is an India Pale Ale.
It is. And it's a West Coast India Pale Ale. You know how India Pale Ale got the name?
No.
So they used to, when the British used to dominate India, not in a nice way, they wanted beer over there and it was too hot to make the beer in India. And when they brought it over by ships from England, it would get kind of funky between then and one end and the other. So they just, hops are natural preservatives. They just poured in a ton of hops. That became the IPA. It is named after the East India Trading Company, and it is the India Pale Ale. So here's the deal. We have to try these and grade them. Pale Ale, IPAs kind of disappeared in America, came back in the 1980s. Credit goes to a guy named Vinny Salurzo, who presently runs Russian River Brewing.
Shout out to Russian River Brewing. That's where they do the Pliny the Elder.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So he knows how to do it. All right, so here's what I need you to do. We're going to rank them between 1 and 100, but really it's like your college papers.
Okay.
You want to try all 4 before we rank them, or you want to rank them one at a time?
Well, it's a subjective ranking, right? Because everybody has their own.
Everybody has their own thing,
okay.
So there's no right or wrong.
We can roll right with it.
All right, what do you give that?
This one, this Racer 5, I would have to go with like probably a 70.
Okay, I'm giving it an 80, so we average it out to a 75. After that came the Hazy IPA. When you think of hazy IPAs, you think of New England states. We had them on the recent episode from Maine, from Vermont, from Massachusetts. This is from the New England state of Wyoming. This is
so it's because of the style.
It's the style.
Okay,
yeah, it's the haze. This is the Melvin Back into Haze beer. By the way, a brewer named John Kimmich is the guy who invented the hazy IPA in Vermont. All right, so this, it's got Citra, it's got mosaic hops. It's supposed to be like tropical flavors. Comes in at 6.5% IPA. It's a pretty crushable kind of IPA.
I get pineapple there a lot right there, yeah? That's a summer drink.
I think you're right. I think you get a lot of tropical flavors in there. And I got to tell you, coming out of Wyoming, it's a little bit of a surprise.
Why is that? What would you expect to come out of Wyoming?
I would expect out of Wyoming a big, burly lager. That's what I would expect.
Yeah.
Ride a horse, drink a lager. I've never been to Wyoming. Have you ever been to Wyoming?
No.
Neither have I.
No.
All right.
Maybe we should.
I would love to. What grade do you give this?
I would go with a 65.
Ooh, you're tough, bud. Okay, I give it an 85. I like it. Not your style, huh?
Well, I don't know, because it doesn't taste like every. So there's different New England IPAs, right?
Sure.
Obviously. Just not one of my favorite New England IPAs.
All right, well, see what you think of this.
But yeah, I guess I am a little tougher, maybe.
This is a Imperial IPA, which is a double IPA, the Maharaja Imperial out of Colorado. Avery Brewing, a very iconic craft brewery. They were one of the first, and they do it really well. This is what they write. Much like its namesake, this Imperial IPA is regal, mighty, and dank.
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 I like dank. I like a good dank.
You like dank?
Yeah.
You're into dank?
Well, you know, I like an Imperial. I like a double Imperial.
Okay.
Bang for the buck.
Yes, you do get that. With citrusy hops and caramel toffee malts as his servants, he rules both with a heavy hand. Okay. There's no real official guideline for Imperial IPAs, but generally, or double IPAs, anything over 9% is, and this clocks in at 10.
It's that high octane beer.
It is. Yeah, 1 or 2 of these and you don't need to go anywhere. Although I will tell you,
That's good though.
and for a 10%, it's not really.
See, that's the
punching me in
trick. That's the trick, is like getting up in that high alcohol range, but
Yeah.
not having like a crazy alcohol-y taste to it.
So what do you say?
I would actually go 75 for this.
Oh, okay. You still
this.
are a toughie. I'm going 86. I like it a lot. And here we go. Man, I got to tell you, anybody who had you as a professor, you're a tough grader. Glad you didn't go into teaching. This is from Iowa. This is a pale ale. Now, somewhere in the galaxy between IPAs and lagers resides the pale ale, the American pale ale. The best American pale ale for my money is Yards. I don't know if you ever had
Yeah,
Yards.
I've had Yards. Yeah.
Love the Yard stuff.
Yep.
Less hop heavy, lower alcohol, not as bitter. IPAs tend to have the hop flavors. This is a little lighter, a little more mild. This is a good one. Pseudo Sue from Goliath Brewing in Iowa.
It is really good.
What say you?
I would go 75 in that.
Really good, 75.
I mean, I guess
I'm going 84.
If I gave out a 95 today, then
Yeah.
I guess I'm spent searching the rest of my life for,
Guess I got to invite you back for the next batch
I'm
then,
ready
don't
for
I?
more, yeah.
All right, well, that was fun, and we enjoyed them all. By the way, all these beers, you can get them at Lower Merion Beverage Company in Ardmore, Greenfield Avenue. Go there. Jim Martin runs the place. If you go there, any of the beers we have on the show, 10% off, so you'll enjoy it. Coming
deal.
up, Todd Harriman's played 9 years with the Eagle.
10.
He's got 10 years with the Eagles. He's got some good we don't discuss
Some
the
of them
last
are
one.
forgettable.
Yeah, he's got some good stories to tell. We'll give them to you. From Broad Street Brewing, Todd Harriman's Glen Macnow, it's What's Brewing.
Parking is free!
Hey! $4! Yes!
With so many affordable things to do in Montgomery County, PA, go ahead. Freak out.
Hey, welcome back to What's Brewing. I'm Glen Macnow. This is Todd Harriman's. We're here drinking beer at Broad Street Brewing, having a great time in Bristol. By the way, this is on part of the Bucks County Ale Trail. Download the app. They got more than 30 places. You go, you check in, you win prizes, all kinds of things. So here's what we're doing now. We're going to each drink a flight, and for each beer, I'm going to ask you to tell me a story about your years with the Eagles.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
So my
Each
first
beer.
one, the first one I'm having,
So that's 8 stories or 4 stories?
just 4.
Okay.
We're going to do it at the same
We're
time.
doing this together.
I'm
Okay.
having a Twin Six Porter, which is not, look at the color of that porter. I love it. Nice chocolatey. What do you got there?
I have a 76 and Sunny Tropical Session IPA.
I love a porter. So I want to talk about your draft day story because we've been over it before. Saginaw Valley State College. I actually was there once.
For what?
I used to write for the Detroit Free Press. I covered education for the Detroit Free Press, and I went and toured the place. I don't know if you were there. Anyway,
What year?
before you played. When you got drafted,
Yeah.
tell us the story about like the day before and then the draft. Can you give it to me in a minute?
I can give it to you pretty quickly. I went from unknown prospect to very known prospect quickly, traveled to all these different teams, listened, talked to them, was told, hey, we're probably going to take you somewhere end of 2, round 3. That's,
nice. There you go.
I'm sitting there thinking like, wow, I'm going to go on the first day, or, not first
Back
day at
then-
that point.
well, back then,
But yeah,
first
back
day
then it
was the
like
first 3 rounds.
First 3 rounds,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was like, I'll be a first day draft pick. That's awesome, So in my head, I kind of sold myself a dream that now that I realize some of these coaches didn't have anything to do with
Yeah.
like when you get picked.
Right,
A lot of
sure.
it's like player personnel, and now that I think of it, these coaches were sitting there in their office saying whatever they wanted.
Harriman's
it's kind of
who?
funny. Yeah.
Right?
I threw a big party at my parents' house with a bunch of friends from college. All my teammates and stuff came, and we were all there, had a keg, probably not quite
few,
the beer
yeah.
level,
Right.
Coors Light, most likely, Natural Light, something like that, the watery beer. We had the keg drank, sitting there watching the draft fair, a lot of excitement, just high energy.
And
blah,
you're not
blah,
going.
And nothing happens. Never got the call, name never happened. And then we were just like, you know what, screw it, we're already having a good time, let's carry it on. We went down to the bar, we kept going into the wee hours of the morning. Ended up getting pretty plowed. And then the next day, we're all laying around hungover. The phone rings. It's Tom Hackert.
There you go.
Hey, I think we're gonna make a trade for you right here. Okay, yep, went through. All right, welcome to the Eagles.
Remember
Here's
anything
Coach
you said
Reed.
at that? I guess you do. All right, second one. I am having a Ringstrasse Vienna lager, and you?
On to
Good
the
stuff.
next. A 201 North. This is a Belgian wheat, which
You
normally
caught
don't
2
drink.
touchdown passes during your NFL career. As an offensive tackle, that's got to be a highlight. The first one from Donovan in Seattle. Give us the quick story.
Yeah, so it was just a jumbo package where I never really thought that I was even going to ever touch the ball. I thought Coach Reed installed this play just to keep me happy in practice, And then one day in Seattle, they made the call. I was geeked. I was, don't sell it, don't let them know, don't let them know,
Right.
don't let them know. And then as soon as I released, I threw my guy to the ground. It was actually Daryl Tapp.
Okay,
And
remember
then,
him?
it was an illegal play by me. And then I just turned around the end zone, and it just seemed like it was forever waiting for the ball to come in. And then I caught it, and I remember just getting mobbed by all the other offensive linemen.
This was your opportunity. Great touchdown dance.
Great touchdown dance. So I had all this going through my head. Like,
Yeah.
anytime like you run this in practice, you're like, oh man, if this ever happens in a game, I'm just going to have the coolest celebration on the planet.
Yeah.
And then the moment just overtook me with the emotion, and I just did this classic meathead spike, and the ball shot off sideways. I think it hit Matt Schobel or Selleck in the groin or something like that. It was just a fail.
All right,
Just a
third
fail.
one. This is the Delaware Dunkel here. I love a Dunkel.
All right, I'm drinking the Broad Street Lime Mexican Lager.
Oh, a lime Mexican lager. Good stuff. All right, third question I want to ask you. Your favorite game as an Eagle? No playoff games. Your favorite regular season game?
Opposite of where you would want a lager lime, it was the snow game
I
against
love
Detroit.
that Lions game was great. LaShawn McCoy was amazing.
The funny thing about that game is it was so unexpected. I was nervous going to that game because I was nervous, but I was excited to get to play against Ndamukong Suh.
Oh, yeah.
And I went out in pregame, and all of a sudden I saw the snow coming down,
Right.
and I was like, what the heck? I went back into the locker room, and then when we came out for the actual game, it was just blanketed in snow.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, everybody's talent level is out the window today. It's just about having fun, and like whichever team can overcome this adversity is going to win, and we ended up dominating.
It's like when we played as kids.
Yeah, it was. It was like I felt like a child out
All
there.
right, fourth. This is the right side of the river. This is their Imperial Stout. This is a hefty one. Clocking in well over 10%. And you?
All right, this is a Drop Top West Coast, which is a West Coast IPA.
This is nice. Can you tell me in 1 minute or less what went wrong with the Eagles this year?
Oh, what went wrong? I don't think anything went wrong. I think we were blind to some things that, were apparent early, but we overlooked them because we won in kind of fantastical ways and in heroic ways.
A lot of close, odd games.
And we just kind of smeared over some deficiencies. And I think that they've been addressed this offseason, and I'm really excited to how the season's going to play out now.
As we do this show, the draft is a couple days away. First round, what position do you believe they should take?
Ah, man, it's hard to say anything other than defense. I would say somewhere on the defensive secondary, but
I would agree with you.
I
think that would be great.
I'm just a former player.
It's a good flight. Good stories.
Thanks.
Coming up, we're going to get back to our photo contest. Some interesting entries this week. With Todd Harriman, I'm Glen Macnow. We're at Broad Street Brewing, Durham Road in Bristol. It's What's Brewing.
Whether you're lounging at the beach, exploring the Swarthmore scene, or kicking back in our Linvilla beer garden, Ship Bottom Brewery brings the beach to you. We're thrilled to call LBI our home, where we've crafted award-winning beers perfect for our beloved locals, surfers, and seasonal beach visitors. Our refreshing brews are a year-round beach party, thriving in the summer heat and welcoming chilly winters with open arms. These island beers are perfect for every season and making every sip a mini vacation. Ship Bottom Brewery, where the sun-kissed season never ends and the ice-cold pours are an experience you'll savor long after you've left the island.
Hi, Mom. We're in Bucks County together, and it's exactly what we needed. I can't believe he pulled this off. A surprise getaway to a place that feels refreshing. And it was so easy to get here. We're doing all the things he had planned, and things he didn't plan. I'll tell you more about it when we get home. You and Dad need to come. You'd love it here.
Oh, excuse us. He's Todd Harriman's. I'm Glen Macnow.
This is Sal's Pizza.
This is Sal's Pizza. We're at Broad Street Brewing, right next door. Sal's Italian Deli. There's pizza, these sandwiches. You come here, you drink a beer.
You're gonna get hungry.
Right? Not bad.
No, very good.
Pretty good. By the way, I'm drinking right now the American Independence Lager, which is nice.
And I'm drinking the Midnight Rider.
Goes well with pizza.
Which is a rye PA. Probably not the best choice to pair with pizza, but
Well, rye is a grain and pizza is a grain, so there you go.
Fam, perfect.
All right. Time for our photo contest. We do it every week. We have a blast. At the end of our season, the winners get to come to the year-end party at Conshohocken Brewing Company in Bridgeport. By the way, as a co-host, you're invited to that party. May 8th, be there. Free beer.
Free beer.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
We asked this week for a picture of you drinking beer with a beard. So hold on, I didn't have an entry, but here we go. Now I do. So here's our winners. Let's show them to you. This was, I don't think this is Brenda Lynn Stellato because I think it's somebody with her, but that is One Fine Santa. Very nice picture. This is Tom O'Shea. Tom's got kind of a St. Patrick's Day thing going there. Nice
Perfect
holiday
time to be
special
drinking beer,
beer.
right?
What'd you say?
Perfect time to be drinking beer.
Perfect time to be drinking beer. I'm not really sure exactly what that glassware is, but there you go. And this is Brandon Marsh of the Phillies. No, wait. Looks like Brandon Marsh of the Phillies. It's Mitch Reif and friends. Congratulations, you are all winners. By the way, I'm going to give you this one. Send your pictures to me on Twitter at @RealGlenMacnow or on Facebook at Glen Macnow or the show at What's Brewing PA. And so this week we are looking for a picture of you drinking beer at a landmark. Either it's a picture of you drinking beer at the Liberty Bell. That would work.
Yeah,
or
go somewhere.
Leaning
drink a
Tower
beer.
of Pisa.
What about the Rocky Steps?
The Rocky Steps would be absolutely. That would be perfect. Anything like that, send it to us, and you
The
will.
Nick Foles statue?
You know what? That's a landmark. I think
In
that
Philly
works.
it is.
Absolutely, it works for me. So yeah, send that, and you'll win the opportunity to do it. All right, let's go check in with Natalie Aganoff. Natalie is at Nomad Distillery in New Hope. Natalie, what do you got?
Thanks, Glenn. Yes, that's right. I'm here with Matt, the master pourer at the Nomad Distillery here in New Hope, Pennsylvania. Matt, you have a spectacular place here. Tell me a little bit about what we have going on. I know you guys just moved. You were located downstairs. And let me know what all of this is.
Yes. So we are Nomad Distilling out of Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and that's where our main distillery is, as well as our restaurant. We do also have a tasting room in Jim Thorpe, and then our awesome tasting room here in New Hope. All these are all natural. Nothing's artificial in any of these.
Okay.
So in our bottles, you'll see some of them actually do have
Wow.
a little bit of cloudiness in there, and that's straight fruit puree.
Which I think that's incredible because the owners, when they founded this place, they didn't want to have hangovers, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't they were
Yeah.
on, they were on a mission to not have a hangover. So they said, you know what? We're going to source all of our own ingredients. We're going to make our own alcohol, and I'm going to try it now.
So the sweet tea, we actually brew ginormous batches of sweet tea, and that's what this is mixed with.
So I'm like a big homemade iced tea gal.
This,
Could I put this in my homemade iced tea?
100%. You'd never know it was in there.
No, I would not. No, I would not know that it was in there. That's excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, now this
These
one.
are a little dangerous because they do taste very good.
Yeah,
and they're
they're
very
so
true
good.
to taste, which is nice.
Okay, and this one is
The lemon.
lemon.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's going to be nice, fresh lemons. It's not going to be super bitter or tangy or anything.
No, that's really good. You know what I would put this in? Water ice.
Water ice.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I'm thinking ahead for the summer, right? I'm like, what am I going to do with this lemon shine? I'm going to put it in my water ice.
Let me get you one of our canned cocktails then.
Oh, perfect.
This is our Liddy Lemonade.
Okay.
This is our canned cocktail that we make in-house.
Okay.
So the only ingredients in this are our lemon shine, lemon balm, which is an herb,
Okay.
and then sparkling water.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
Okay. That is incredible.
It's also 7% alcohol.
Okay, so these are dangerous, and it's really light, it's crisp, It's refreshing. Also for the summer.
Yes.
Wow. Honestly, the possibilities that you can do with all of these are endless, and then you can come here to Nomad Distilling in New Hope and try them in their brand new tasting room. So this just opened.
Yep, so we opened our new tasting room back in October, November. So we're still a little fresh up here, but we have a nice, great big space, plenty of room to do tastings. And
Great.
Our tastings, you can get any 6 on the menu. And like I said, we have a lot of different options. So we have bourbon, whiskey, and then those shines, which are going to be more fruity and flavorful.
Wow, well, they're excellent, and the Liddy Lemonade, and I'm having a great time, and I'm not leaving without trying some more. So thank you so much, Matt, for having us. Back to you, Glenn.
Ah, that was great stuff,
Wow.
Natalie.
That looks great.
Really enjoyed it. All right, coming up, we're going to talk to the owners of this fine establishment here from Broad Street Brewing in Bristol. Todd Harriman's Glen Macnow.
Cheesesteaks.
Cheesesteaks. What's brewing?
Hey Glenn, what brings you into our King of Prussia tap room today?
Well, Andrew, I'm meeting a few friends for a beer before our big event tonight. King of Prussia is the perfect location.
Yes, indeed. Conshohocken Brewing's 4 spots are all great for any event. Big plans for tomorrow?
I'm going to enjoy happy hour at the Rec Room in Phoenixville before some rousing games of ping pong and shuffleboard with the family.
Oh, you can't beat Rec Room when it comes to food and fun for the whole family. How about this weekend?
Saturday, I'm riding my bike along the Schuylkill River Trail before stopping at Conchi Tap Room for some post-ride refreshments.
Ah, it's a great idea. Our original Conchi tap room at mile marker 12.5 is the go-to spot for locals, visitors, anybody looking to quench their thirst.
And I've got Sunday covered. We're going to enjoy lunch at Puddler's Kitchen and Tap in Bridgeport, then go outside for a few cold ones at the beer garden, then back in to enjoy the ball game.
What a week in all of Conshohocken Brewing's unique spots. I'll meet you there for a pint or two.
Cheers. Welcome back to What's Brewing. We're having a great time here at Broad Street Brewing in Bristol. He's Todd Harriman, formerly of the Eagles. By the way, I didn't mention, you do a great podcast, or video podcast, I guess.
I don't know what you call it.
With Trey Thomas, Between the Vines. Where can people find that thing?
Oh, we're on YouTube, and right now we're in between seasons. We're going to be coming back with season 2 late April, I believe.
So it's a couple guys sitting around drinking wine, talking nonsense. Where'd you get the concept?
You know?
Okay, there we go.
Wide open market out there.
Yeah, it sure is. It's a great show. We're joined by Brandon Wellington, who is the co-founder of this place, Andrew Ballmer, head brewer. Todd, Brandon, let me start with you. Give me the origin story of this place.
Started doing the home brew thing at our apartment, and that was my view out of my window every night. And
wow.
I thought it'd be pretty cool to eventually do a Broad Street Brewing with a tap handle on that. So that was obviously a long time ago. Real life, happened. Didn't have any money at the time, but now once COVID hit, everything shut down. There used to be a Broad Street Brewing in Iowa. That shut down during COVID. As soon as that happened, we took the name and we just kind of ran with it and started planning. So.
That's awesome. So how did you end up getting into the brewing process, or what's your background in brewing?
So when I really started getting interested in beer, I was managing a small liquor store in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. We were tasting a bunch of different craft beers all the time. Sales reps would come in and taste out some different beers, so I figured out I really liked the kind of craft beer flavors that were coming out. So I figured I should, maybe dip my toes in and start brewing.
To do it.
So around 2012, 2013, I started home brewing with a Mr. Beer kit, which is fine. But quickly I graduated onto brewing all grain and really being able to customize my flavors. I used to go to Rowan University down in Glassboro. So I graduated from there. I graduated with a degree in communication, writing specialization. So I really wanted to do like beer labels and descriptions since I knew I loved drinking beer and my major was writing. I quickly found out that there was no money in writing, so I moved on to the next best thing, which is
been there,
working in a brewery and kind of enjoying work per se.
All right, so Todd and I have sampled a lot of beers here on your menu. What's exciting? What new releases should people be looking for?
So we just kind of rounded out our 8 flagship beers. We try and have 16 at all times at the tap room, but we're excited about the the 12-ounce variety pack IPAs. We have our 76 and Sunny as well. That's gonna be coming out, and then we have our Independence Lager and our Broad Street Lime, which is not here today, but it will be in the next couple weeks. So
and it's delicious. The Broad Street Lime. That's
like it.
Yeah,
it's definitely a golfer's beer. You can drink about 18 of those.
100%.
So, in addition to beer, you and Todd Harriman's have something in common.
Yeah, which I just found out about.
Yeah, this is right. So, you raise Wagyu as well, right?
Correct.
This is what we're having here.
Wagyu, by the way, being what? Very high-end cattle?
So Wagyu is like a Japanese breed of cattle, of beef cattle, right?
The American Wagyu. But yeah, when we started the brewery, we always wanted a farm as well. So we started at the same time. Apparently it's easier to start a cow farm than it is a brewery. So that's been in effect since.
So wait, you got a cattle farm in California?
No, it's in Bucks County.
Oh, you got a cattle farm, okay, around here.
Right. Correct, yeah.
Okay.
It's about 30 minutes north. It's called Jericho Mountain Beef.
Okay.
So we take all the spent grains, we feed them to the cows. Everything's natural. No
I love that.
hormones, none of that. And then we sell steaks here, and then also to restaurants and for retail.
So
and
no
also,
waste for your brewing process.
Jerky as well.
No
And
waste for the
jerky as
brewing
well.
process.
And Todd, you're doing this also?
I'm not doing quite this level of what they're doing. I have to go buy my feed, buy my grain.
I think I got a lead for you.
Well, I don't know. If
That's
he
right,
has
man. We'll
extra.
We can lend our bull out.
We've already talked about some business acquisitions that could
I think
possibly
that's
happen,
great.
So,
Listen,
yeah.
I think that's great, and I think it's
The
really
universe
good
is talking to us.
that you find a way to, take the grain and use it, so you're not just, you find a useful way to use it. All right, so Broad Street Brewing, location, hours, how do people find you?
So we're open Wednesday through Sunday. Wednesday through Friday, it's 4 to 10. Saturdays, 12 to 10. And then Sundays, 12 to 8. Rotating food truck on Sunday. And then we have, obviously,
I got to tell you, pizza's pretty good, too.
Yeah.
Sandwiches are delicious as well.
Hey, Todd Harriman, it's a pleasure to see you, my friend.
Great to see you, too.
Really
Thanks
did.
for having me on.
Guys, thank you for having us so much. We really enjoyed our time at Broad Street Brewing. You should come here and check it out. And we will see you next week on a new episode of What's Brewing.
What's Brewing is brought to you in part by Monco Maker's Passport. Download your free digital pass and sip your way through Montgomery County. By the Conshohocken Brewing Company, featuring 4 locations and available at beer retailers throughout the tri-state area. By Visit Bucks County. Travel the Bucks County Ale Trail. Get your passport at visitbuckscounty.com.
And Ship Bottom Brewery, brewed for the beach and everything else. Locations in Beach Haven, Swarthmore, and Atlan Villa Orchards.